take the question again.
Is it true
Like
that
9 or 5 better.
is it true that we're going to be in an era of permanent scarcity?
Oh, okay. Okay. First of all, we should always treat the revenue in the budget as if tax dollars are scarce. But we've been in this problem before. In the, when I was first elected in the early 90s, we were in the midst of a recession. And we had to cut. And then we went through a boom period, and the revenue just flowed in. And what I saw as a problem has led to one of my proposals in campaign platforms is that we need to adopt a core budget. And then when revenue comes in over that, when good times come in, we put that money into infrastructure, paving the streets, doing deferred maintenance, and also into the reserve fund so that we can have money when times are bad. And so that will have consistent provision of services. Thank you.
Robert, I don't believe that we should. We are in a current period of scarcity, and we're going to be here for a while. But no one should be deluded to think this is a permanent state of affairs any more than a lot of you are old enough to remember the 80s. Remember when the Japanese were going to take over? Remember we were beaten in space by the Russians? There's nothing we can't do when we set our minds to it. It's always been the case. You know, the reality is, you know, we have challenges, as all my fellow candidates here have said, where we have to pay close attention to the money. We actually have to have, I think, not just one reserve fund, we need to have two. One that has to do with business cycles, and is probably good. It's about 8%. It ought to be at least a month's worth of reserve. There ought to be another month's worth of reserve for any kind of flooding, ice storms, essentially acts of nature. The reality is that we don't have, just like we don't have a strategic economic development plan, which is a screaming vacancy, we also don't have a strategic fiscal plan. We don't have a monthly cash flow that goes out more than 1 year. No corporation that this size would ever be allowed to operate like this, and the CEOs would be let go.